Hello, dear students, and welcome to today's class. So, Mother's Day is all done, and I hope you have clearly understood this chapter. And today you are better prepared for the test as well. So, we are going to begin the new chapter today. This is the last chapter of your book Snapshots in your syllabus. So, the name of the chapter is Birth, and it is written by A.J. Cronin. So first of all, let's know about the author. A.J. Cronin, in full, Archibald Joseph Cronin, born July 19, 1896, Cardross, Dumbartonshire, Scotland, died Jan 6, 1981, Montreux, Switzerland. Scottish novelist and physician whose works combining realism with social criticism won a large Anglo-American readership. Okay, so he was very famous in Anglo-American people. So let's see the outline story. It was nearly midnight. Dr. Andrew Menton is our main character, the protagonist, found Joe Morgan, another character, waiting for him when he reached home. So we have got two characters, Dr. Andrew and Joe Morgan. Joe Morgan was waiting for Dr. Andrew at midnight. Joe's wife was expecting a child after 20 years of their marriage, and she needed immediate medical help. Before time, she needed some medical help. Both of them refers to Dr. Andrew and Joe, set out for Morgan's house. Mrs. Morgan's mother and the nurse was also there, stood beside the patient Mrs. Morgan. Andrew had to make a choice after the birth of the child, to save the child or perform his duty towards the child's mother to save her life too. So when the baby was born, the baby was not okay. It was lifeless. So Dr. Andrew now could not decide what he should do. Should he save the newly born baby, or should he save the mother whose condition was also very critical? He gave the child to the nurse and turned his attention towards Suzanne Morgan, Joe Morgan's wife. So ultimately, he decided that first he would give his whole attention to the mother, Suzanne Morgan. Suzanne lay collapsed, fainted, almost pulseless. The doctor, Andrew, injected the medicine and, after some frantic, quick efforts, left her out of danger. So now, after treating Suzanne Morgan, who was now out of danger, not perfectly fine, but yes, now she was out of danger, now Dr. Andrew wanted to see the child. Then he asked for the child. The nurse felt no pulse, so she kept the baby amidst old newspapers. The nurse thought that there was no pulse and the baby was lifeless, so she kept it under the bed like a waste on the newspapers. Then he was pulled out of the newspapers. The baby was a boy, perfectly formed. The shape was all okay. His body was white and soft. The body should have been pink, but because it was like dead, so the baby was white and soft. The child was suffering from asphyxia, that is, the lack of oxygen in blood. Andrew ordered for hot and cold water and two basins. He went on plunging, dipping, jumping. The child now in icy cold water and then into steaming hot water. So he was then plunging the baby once into icy water, then into hot water, and he was doing this 15 minutes. For 15 minutes he did this. Passed. Nothing better happened. A sense of defeat pressed on Andrew. He thought that he was defeated. He was not able to save the baby. However, he went on rubbing the child with a rough towel. He kept crushing and releasing, pressing and releasing the little chest with both of his hands. So he was continuing his treatment. He did not leave the hope that, okay, if he is not responding, I should leave him and go. No. although he himself, Dr. Andrew himself, was in a very bad mental condition, because he at the same night had met with a breakup with his girlfriend, so he was not mentally stable, but still he was doing his best for his duty. A miracle took place. The child gave a short heave. He was gasping, breathing heavily now, deeper and deeper. Oxygen circulation, that breathing started. His skin turned pink because now the blood circulation was there, and then the child started crying. So the child came to life. Andrew gave the child to the nurse and came out of the room. Outside stood Joe Morgan. He was highly relieved when he was told. Joe Morgan, the husband, the father of the child, did not know what happened inside. He was waiting outside. He didn't know that the child was born lifeless. And then, with so many fruitful efforts by Dr. Andrew, the child was again alive, a child who was alive. Both the mother and the child were safe and sound. So this is the story, the birth. Although it may sound very simple, but this story or this incident can change a human being's life. And this incident actually changed Dr. Andrew Morgan's life. He thought that I have done something real. Oh God, I have done something real, at least. For doctors, it is said that when somebody is sick or ill, then doctors are said to be God, equivalent to God. Like in these corona pandemic days also, the doctors are like gods for the people who are victims of it, and otherwise too. So it should be a doctor's duty as well, that whatever the condition is there, whoever the patient is, the doctor should give his 100% to save and to treat the patient. Okay, so this was the outline of the story. We will start the detailed explanation in the next video. And now some tips for your spoken English. So today let's get some formal versus informal phrases. So formal are in the black ones and informal the red ones. So if you are talking to your friends, you can use the red ones phrases, and if you are talking to some person who's formally connected to you, you should use the phrases with black. So the first one is, in light of the fact that, informally you can say because. How are you doing? Formal. Informal is, how's it going? To consider, formal one, and to think about is more informal. Next is to distinguish, formally, informally to tell the difference. Next, would you like, suppose you are talking to your teacher or suppose you're talking to your boss, would you like to have some tea? Okay, and if you're talking to your friend, wanna tea? That's enough. Okay, next is, have you seen Nab? And if you're talking to your friend, you can simply use see Nab. Next is, give my regards to Nab, and informally we will say hello to Nab. Next is, at your earliest convenience, or informally we can say as soon as possible. Next is, please accept my apologies. So formal it is, and informally you can say I am sorry. So you'll have to decide to whom you are talking. Is the person you are formally connected or informal. Next is, I would like to remind you that we have a meeting on such and such date. I would like to remind you. Formal. Informal, don't forget that we have a meeting on this and this date. That is, you can say with your close ones. Next is, I appreciate your assistance. Okay, or thanks a bunch, thank you, or thank you, whatever we thank our friends like. Next is, I'm writing to inform you. In formal way, informal way is just a note to say. Okay, so note these down in the notebook. These are really going to help you in your coming life. Have a good day.